Hello again, everyone. I've had a few questions about how I use my Jibun Days planner, so I'm going to go into that a little bit today. I had to go through and find some pages that I was okay sharing, but I'll show you again my B6 Slim setup really quickly, and then I'll go into how I'm using the Jibun Days. So what I'm currently using now as my everyday carry is a B6 Slim Folio from Chic Sparrow. This is the Scout Folio. I'm really liking this a lot. It's very durable. And with the folio, I like the more compact size than the Traveler's Notebook. And I figured out how to deal with the pen, which I'll show you. um, but I've been really liking this. It's like I said, it's very compact. I can just kind of hold it in one hand. It's like a perfect size for me to hold in my hand and not feel like it's too big. And it's also the perfect size for me to feel like I can write in it and not feel cramped. So that's pretty much why I'm in a B6 Slim, and I'll probably be in a B6 Slim for the foreseeable future. I kind of latched onto this size fairly early in my Traveler's Notebook journey, and I haven't really left it as my preferred size for planning. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here and I'll show you what I have in here. So this is the Cascade Folio, so it has these 3 pockets here. I really just have a couple of stickers here, just a little sticker reminding me to slow down. And this is a sticker that my brother got me, that Nebula coffee. If any of you watch Star Trek at all, you probably know the reference. If not, don't worry about it. I actually don't know what that sticker is for. Okay, I'm gonna leave that out. I don't know how that ended up in there. Okay, so there's that. And then up here, I have these Edison idea cards. And I will tell you right now, I have not used these in probably 2 years. Pretty much since the pandemic started, I've had no desire to follow up with these. I'm leaving them in here because at some point I might want to do a deep dive again of like questioning myself about certain things. So basically, if you don't know what Edison cards are, each card has a question for you or an inquiry to you about 10 things that you could list related to a certain topic. This one is 10 things you can do to surprise your partner or a friend, and so then you can kind of think about that. And when I first got these, I was doing it pretty diligently, at least a few days a week, going through the cards, which I guess it's good that I wasn't on that pace because I would have gone through the whole deck. But I have quite a bit of the deck left still, and but it was nice to go through, list those things, and then go back to refer to them later, and they'd be on a variety of topics, so I'd have a lot of information to work with if I wanted to use that as a basis for journaling or whatever. And then this is my little guide to a watercolor palette I made a while back in a smaller watercolor case. So basically these are the colors that were basically my everyday color watercolors when I had them in a smaller box. But I've since expanded to a larger box, but I wanted to keep this in case I go back to the smaller box again. I'd know which colors to pare it down to for that smaller box. So I'm just really just keeping that for future reference. Again, I don't really have a need to go back to the smaller box unless I am traveling. Okay, but this is the Jibun Days. It comes in 2 booklets for the year. So this is just the first half of the year for this year, and then I will replace it with the second half later. And then here I have what are called collections. So basically I'm doing a bullet journal method. I highly recommend, looking that up if you're interested in it. I'll put a link down below to, I think it's called the Bullet Journal Method. Great book. It really goes into all the details, and it's really inspiring for, how to use a bullet journal. But I'm just keeping collections in here, and, like lists of movies, notes from things, all that kind of thing. And then I have different categories. I'll let you look into bullet journaling if you're interested in that. I can also do a future video on it, but that's not really the focus of today's video. So then in the back here, I have a little Jibun small zipper pouch. This is the B6 Slim size. I have a little pen holder here. I just got this pen pen loop from Amazon. It's just a little sticky one with an elastic loop. And then I have the Moonman A1, which is basically a knockoff of the Pilot Vanishing Point. I've been leaving this in here because it's kind of a cheaper pen, and if I, well, relatively speaking anyway, cheaper pen to the Vanishing Point, and that way I can be a little less precious with it, but still have the capless capabilities of this being a retractable fountain pen. I have another Star Trek sticker. Clearly I like Star Trek. I have some stamps up here. I have some double-sided tape that is sort of an accessory to the Jibun Techo. I rarely use this, but the moment I take it out, I'll probably need it. And then in the zipper pouch, I have coupons and some stickers back there. And then I have some extra stickers tucked into this little pocket back here. Folio pocket. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so let's go back to the main event. So this is the Jibun Days. Like I said, it's the first half of 2022. I actually didn't put my name in here yet. I need to do that. Hopefully I will never lose this. That would be a disaster because it basically contains everything I need. A lot of it is pulled from my phone. I still do keep a calendar on my phone, but I find this to be a little less overwhelming to look at. Like I can see the month, I can see the day I'm working with. So basically in the front here, it has all these, it has the calendar for the 2022 year, and then it has the prior year, future year, just to kind of give you a, you know, an outline of what those are going to look like. This I haven't figured out a use for yet. I think for a while I was using this for tracking because this has all of the months and then all of the days here. So you can't really use it to track a lot of information for each day because the box is fairly small. So I haven't really decided what to do with that yet. And last year I was pretty good about filling out all these little individual pages, like what's my dream for 2022? I don't know, just so that it's not as crappy as the last year, and that was probably my goal for last year too. My events, don't have a lot of those these days. 100 wishes list up. The one that I was really keeping up with last year, which I have not done at all, is I was making a list of all the gifts I had received and gifts I had given. That way I made sure that, you know, if I'd gotten a gift from someone, I would reciprocate at some point throughout the year or something like that. But I haven't really been keeping track of anything on these lists this year. Okay, and I'm going to show you one of the monthly calendar pages here. So this is for the month of February, and which is over at the time of this video. So basically how I'm using it is I'm putting main tasks for the month over here on this little bulleted list. I actually ended up carrying all of these tasks over to the next month, which is why you have this little arrow going to the next month. And then for each day, I indicate the mood for each day, and then major tasks. I won't put a lot, or events or something like that. Like if I had a doctor's appointment on the 2nd, so I put that on here just so I would remember when I look at the overall monthly view. So I just put some things on here, like the bigger tasks that I need to make sure I keep track of. I also have put a little $sign for the payday. I've stopped using my stamps just because it's kind of time consuming, because I had little rubber stamps where I have a $sign and different things for like haircut, stuff like that. So I've stopped using those just because I find it too time consuming. So I've just been writing on here little symbols for that kind of thing. And then, so I write the mood, I circle the mood. There's, you know, happy face, flat face, frowny face. There's a lot of flat or frowny faces, unfortunately. And then when each day is done, I cross it off. And then down here, I list 4 things basically. So whether I got a migraine that day, and as you will see, there's only 3 on here. Yay. And that's because of my new medication that I'm taking every other day, which I'm keeping track of here as well. And then the weight, I'm not listing my actual weight, just whether I weighed myself that day. And I've been trying to weigh myself at least every other day, and then whether I do yoga that day. So that's what I'm keeping track of in this little list. I find it really, really useful to have this tracker here as opposed to on a different page, because then I can keep track of everything in the month on one page, which I find really useful. Okay, and then the bulk of this book is made up of the days. So some days I have nothing listed here. Oops, let me move that down a little bit. Some days I have nothing listed in here. Some days I have a ton of things listed here. I don't have anything listed in the calendar thing, but you can kind of see through to the other page. I have a dentist appointment that I've listed on the little timed calendar. So I'll go through it and show you how I use that. So basically up here we have this little box with the month and day, and then here I circle the weather types that we had that day, and then I put the temperature down here. And then if we have some sort of weather event, I put it up in this box. We've had quite a few winter weather warning days and that sort of thing, so I put that up here. And then here on this side, on the left side, I list events, like it was someone's birthday that day, and then a task that I had to do, like change my credit card information for one of my accounts. So I did that day, so I checked it off. And then so I would just have a list here, and I'm following the bullet journal convention. Like here on the next day, get traveler's notebooks ready to sell. This is January, guys. I am so sorry that it has taken me so long. If I've already listed them at the time of this video, I'll be amazed. It's been a crazy February and March. So, and I think I'm really feeling the weight of the world lately, and selling traveler's notebooks is pretty low on the priority list, unfortunately. So so I did get them all ready to sell this day, like basically got them ready with packages and assigned a price and all that kind of stuff. And then here with a little dash, I just made a note that I still need to make the videos for that. I have made the videos at this point that I'm doing this, but I still haven't listed them. All right. So that's what I use this column for. So basically appointments, tasks, and notes to myself. And sometimes if I have a lot, I'll go over into this section and write some extra notes. So basically I'll go down to the end and then start again up here. But I try to keep this right side clear for listing timed events. And it's also kind of nice because it shows you sunrise and sunset. So that's the darker areas here. The darker area up top is, you know, when it's dark in the morning, and then the darker area on the bottom is when it's dark in the evening. So I really like that feature as well, so I can kind of see how many daylight hours I have, which is these light numbers in the middle. And it is in military time or European time, so it's on a 24-hour schedule. Let's see. So the prior day, I just didn't. There's some personal information on some of these pages, and I don't. Well, like here. So I had this other day, I had dog grooming and acupuncture. This is actually kind of a messy page because I was testing out some pens too. So I will put the time here and then the appointment there. Dog groom, acupuncture. So I'll put those there, and that'll be on this right side here. And then, like I said, if I have extra space here, I will use it for extra notes or something like that. Down here on the bottom, I don't use the mood indicators here, just because I do that all on the month page, but you could do that here as well. Here is where I list the things I'm expecting in the mail that day. So, you know, like clear gesso, pet stairs. Our pet stairs had worn out for the couch, so I had to get some new pet stairs. And then so like our Misfits box for groceries, it didn't actually come this day, so I moved it. I put a little slash through it with an arrow to move it here. Pet stairs were supposed to be delivered this day, but they actually got delivered early, so I put a little thing. Mail is complicated these days, but anyway, so this lists the things that I am expecting to get each day. And so basically I reference this every day. And at the end of the day, sometimes I try to check in with my bullet journal or calendar, whatever you want to call it. So I'm basically using this Jibun Days as a calendar and a bullet journal. because I'm using this in the bullet journaling convention for each day. So I try to check in with it twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, so that in the morning I can make sure I have the things that I need to do or aware of certain events or whatever. And then in the evening, if I've done things, I can check them off, or I can make notes about the day or whatever. So I do try to do that twice a day, but it often doesn't happen in the evening, and sometimes it doesn't happen in the morning either. But I try to at least check in once a day so that I can know what's going on. And also, it's really nice if I want to kind of like separate myself from screen time a little bit. It's nicer to look at this than my phone to see what's going on. So that's that. So that's how I use the day portion. And like I said, this is a half year. The other half, it comes together with 2 booklets for the year. So this goes all the way to June, and then in June I will swap out the book for the other one. And then in the back here, let's see, and I don't think there's a couple of blank pages, but not a whole lot. So I think if anything, if I would change anything, I would maybe include another blank page section in the back, because then I wouldn't need another collection book. But then, I'd probably need quite a few pages for collections, and then you'd have to swap them out. So this is actually better the way it is, especially because I don't like transferring, which is kind of like why I have the collections in a separate booklet, so I can just move that along. Let's see. That's it. Oh, I did want to show you in the monthly section. So after June, they do have sort of half pages for the upcoming months. So you can pre-plan, and this goes all the way out to the end of the year. So you can pre-plan to the end of the year in this half year that only goes to June in the monthly section. It doesn't have any place to do that for the days, but so you can pre-plan here in the monthly section. And then when you switch to your second half of the year that goes from June to December, you can, or July to December. Yeah, it's July to December, because there is actually June in here. Then you can transfer whatever you've put in this little half calendar place. I try not to put a whole lot of things in here, but if there are big events, that I want to make sure I transfer over, I will put them here. So once it gets closer to June, so this is what I did last year. Yeah, last year is the first year that I used the days, because I think it was the first year it was available. So what I did was as it got closer to June, sort of like, beginning of June, end of May, I started transferring things to the next booklet for the rest of the year. That way I didn't have to do it all at once. So I kind of did it gradually, because I did have quite a few things to transfer last year from one half of the year to the next. But it wasn't really that big of a hassle. And, I've really been liking this system. I don't think I'm going to go back to the regular Jibun Techo, which has a weekly view instead of a daily view. So basically, this days is replacing the. So in the Jibun Techo, you've got the month here. You don't have this on the same page. This is on a different page. The tracking calendar there is on a different page. And then instead of the days, it has a weekly spread across here. So it has all, and it's vertical like this. So you have all the weeks listed down. Like, so here would be Saturday listed down in a list. So it'd be like that. But I prefer this, and I think I'm definitely going to be using this for the foreseeable future. All right. Well, I hope that helped to show you how I'm using my Jibun Days. And if you would like to subscribe, please do, to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope to see you next time. But in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.